I've been on your side. This is WSAV News 3 today at 6.
Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, June 8th. I'm Kim Gusby.
And I'm Ben Katko. Thanks for joining us here on News 3 today.
WSAV is your local election headquarters. Early voting begins this morning for Georgia's primary runoff elections, which will determine party nominees for several major races, including the Republican nominees for Georgia and Senate and the Democratic nominee for Georgia's 1st Congressional District. If you voted in the primary election last month and chose a party ballot, you'll have to vote on that party's ballot again. However, if you chose a nonpartisan ballot or did not vote in May, you'll be allowed to choose your ballot party this time around. Early voting runs through this Friday.
And public corruption.
We really want to work on this violent crime backlog. We have to put additional manpower, additional lawyers, additional investigators, and open up regional attorney general's offices across the state.
Well, I'm going to take the funding that we get, give it to those solicitors' offices, and prosecute those cases locally so we get much higher conviction rates.
What we need to make sure we do as prosecutors is give law enforcement every tool they need in public corruption cases, just like any crime.
The South Carolina Election Commission reports a record-breaking early voting period with more than 318,000 voters statewide. The Secretary of State's office has also released some unofficial numbers. As of Thursday, June 4th, more than 12,000 people in Beaufort County, 2,400 in Colleton County, 2,100 in Jasper County, and 1,300 in Hampton County voted early. Election day is tomorrow with polls opening at 7 a.m. For more information about this year's elections, head to our website, wsav.com/electionhq. 3 minutes after 6 o'clock, it is Monday morning. We are taking a live look from our Savannah cam out over the Savannah River. Don't let the pretty picture fool you. Storm Team 3 meteorologist Alyssa Carsley's in the Weather Center with our weather on the 3s. Good morning, Alyssa.
Hey, good morning, Kim. Yeah, that's absolutely right. It's already warm. It's already muggy. After last week's very comfortably cool temperatures we saw in the morning, we're seeing this warming trend, of course, go in the opposite direction of what we want to see as we're heading into a stretch of just those summer muggy mornings back in the forecast. Even this morning, most of our temperatures are close to 5 degrees warmer compared to yesterday morning, starting off at 73 degrees here in Savannah. Low 80s by 10 o'clock, watching for a mostly cloudy sky throughout the majority of the day, with our high temperatures later on back above average by a degree or two, upper 80s, low 90s at 91 degrees here in Savannah, 92 in Pembroke, and 90 degrees for the high today in Hampton. We're also back to tracking more of that southeasterly wind. We've been enjoying dry conditions over the last week, but as that southeasterly wind continues to increase over the next few days, we're back to tracking that afternoon humidity, and we're also back to tracking eventually the chance of rain showers and thunderstorms. So coming up in just around 10 minutes, we'll talk about the rest of the week and how the humidity continues to increase those feel-like temperatures by the weekend.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Happening now, an 11-year-old boy is recovering after undergoing brain surgery last week after his family says a chain on a swing set snapped at a playground in Jessup, throwing him more than 20 feet.
WSAV's Genevieve Lund is live this morning in the newsroom with more on his recovery and what's next for the family. Genevieve, good morning.
Good morning. For the past 2 months for the Daniels family, it's been filled with MRI scans, specialist appointments, and multiple trips between Savannah and Jessup. And with Brandon's father currently out of work due to a back surgery, the family says that the road to recovery is challenging.
6:50 after that accident. And look, the city has come now after we have got hurt and removed all the swings.
One Jessup boy recovering with a brain injury after a playground accident. 11-year-old Braden Daniels was hurt at Cracker Williams Park in April during spring break. His family says a chain snapped while Braden was on a swing, throwing him about 21 feet. At first, they thought he had a concussion, but scans would later reveal something far more serious.
The smaller part of his brain has fell down and is in the hole where his spinal cord goes through. It's blocking all of the flow for his spinal fluid.
The injury forced Braden out of school, off the sports playing field, and away from the many things that he loves.
He's devastated. He's really upset that he couldn't finish baseball season. He didn't get to, be with his friends the last 2 months of school.
Braden underwent a CT scan, 3 MRI scans, specialist appointments, and countless trips from Jessup to Savannah. Then this week came the moment his family has been dreading: brain surgery.
He was just like went from a smiling kid to just staring at a wall and not talking to nobody. And that ain't him.
Braden's parents say doctors believe the surgery was successful, but his recovery is just beginning.
Is he gonna be able to walk right again? Is he gonna be able to talk right again? Because there's all these chances that he's not going to be the same kid that had to go under that knife.
The family says medical expenses continue to mount, and they've turned to a GoFundMe and community support to help cover the costs, which they believe will reach about $100,000.
Prayer, I believe, is what has got us through everything.
The family questioning whether the accident could have been prevented. They point to a 2018 Cracker Williams Park planning document that identified maintenance concerns in the playground and recommended replacing aging equipment.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You know, this very, very well could have been prevented.
Today, new chains hang from the swing set. But for the Daniels family, their focus remains on the boy still recovering from the day everything changed.
We just don't want to see one of our neighbors, one of our best friends, one of our church members' kids to go through what my son has had to go through, because it's life-changing, and this is very detrimental to him.
The family says that Braden could require additional treatment due to injuries in his spinal cord. And I did reach out to the city officials for a comment about park maintenance and have not yet heard a response. And if you want to help the family, we'll have all of that linked on our website. Reporting here in the newsroom, Genevieve Lund, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Thank you, Genevieve. New this morning, 2 families have lost their home after fire at a duplex on Tybee Island. Fire crews were called to Jones Avenue just before 1:30 yesterday afternoon. Chatham Emergency Services and other agencies responded to help bring the fire under control. Tybee Island Mayor Brian West says city engineer Pete Goldbranson and his wife lost their home and pet, while another couple also lost their house. The cause is still under investigation.
Meanwhile, one person is dead after a shooting Saturday night in Liberty County. Detectives tell us the incident happened around 8:30 in Midway on Angler's Edge after an altercation. The victim was taken to the hospital where he later died. Authorities say a person of interest is in custody as that investigation continues. New this morning, gas prices here in Georgia.